Well, good morning. It's about 3 in the morning. Great White Stoke coming at you from the Great West Coast. Wanted to do a follow-up video to the Big Norski backwoods. What's going on backwoods? He brought up a few issues. One about young kids not having children and not participating. And I'm not a big fan of Tim Dillon. I don't seek out his content, but when it gets put before me, every now and then I'll click on it, and he has some very prescient things to say about, millennials and Gen Z, and that they're much more sophisticated than the old folks want to give them credit for. And they see the system for the scam that it is. They realize the corporation is out for the corporation's self-interest, and that ultimately the corporation is seeking to get as much money for as little service as possible, and they're looking to get as much labor out of them for as little pay as possible. So they're flipping the script. They're working as little as possible for as much money as possible. They realize that there is a large amount of psychological damage having to come down and interface with these faceless corporations so that they can earn tokens to buy food. Not only that, they realize what immigrants have been doing and realized many years ago, and that our country has been turned into an economic zone and an economic game to be played. They no longer have what's the word I'm looking for this early morning? They no longer have the romantic idea that the system here is working in their best interest. They're going to take advantage while they can. And if that means being a NEET, no education, no employment, yada, 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 and then gaming the system and getting free money from the tax coffers, so be it. In fact, I would much rather have the children of Americans gaming the system and getting free money than immigrants getting a handout and refusing to even learn the damn language. That doesn't mean that they are free from any of the carefully curated corporate social media programming that everyone is exposed to. And that is with regards to children. Why aren't the young kids having children? It's hard to expect these younger folks to have children when everything is so damn expensive. The economics no longer work for them, and they're being told over and over again that, humanity is the direct cause of all of this global warming, environmental malaise, and that having children is bad. I mean, I remember being in high school and having, pregnant teenagers come in and talk about how, being pregnant has ruined their lives. In fact, I remember one of the girls that showed up pregnant one day. She disappeared to have her baby, and this was after doing some little promotions. They bring her in where she's fat as a tick, talking about how I'm pregnant now and my life is over. Yeah, fast forward to today, and you see her Facebook page, And what's going on with her? She has more children and she's looking really happy. Teen horniness is not a crime, nor is teen pregnancy. And if you've been paying attention, there's only one group of people who are being pitched the idea that having children is bad. And that's heritage Americans and heritage Europeans. Literally everybody else that is dirt poor, can't read, but winds up on our shores or the shores of other European countries, they're popping out kids left and right, and the government's picking up the bill. So to segue to another subject, you even prefaced your comment that it may sound boomery, but we live in my best country. And I will agree with you that I would rather live here than other countries, because at least we have a Bill of Rights and we can still own firearms. And when you look at other heritage European countries, they've all been disarmed. And that's why you see packy rape gangs, Swedish no-go zones, grenade attacks, yada, yada, yada. But one thing that Americans aren't accepting is that we're getting high on the fumes of yesteryear, and that Americans have been getting dicked over for so damn long, we have forgotten how good it used to be. And what little is left is being touted as more than it is. I shouldn't say we, but the people who are in charge are going to ride this thing until the wheels fall off. And right now, where we are in a country, the lug nuts are off the wheels, right? And the wheels are starting to come off the studs. That's where we are. And I think as Americans, it is right to be critical of what's going on and to realize what we used to have, and that what we're being given is a very cheap imitation, right? We used to have very real department stores, very real, vibrant, thriving downtowns. What you get now is fucking Walmart. You get fucking Amazon, right? And nobody wants to fucking look in the mirror when they go to fucking Walmart or when they go to fucking Amazon, that you're enriching the fucking Waltons, these fucking dirtbags, right? When you fucking buy from Amazon, you're saying, yes, Bezos needs another fucking yacht, right? Americans have bargain shopped their fucking country away to save a few fucking nickels, and they think that's a fucking win. This is why everything is screwed up, because we have allowed the older generations to feast on the young people in a very Saturnistic way. And then we have shamed these young people and saying, you being horny and you having children is fucking wrong. When you go to other countries, poorer countries, say for example like Brazil, children are fucking worshipped. Family is worshipped. But here in America, everyone has insulated themselves with some niggardly amount of money where they think that, oh, well, I got it better than that asshole, so I'm doing much better. Meanwhile, when you get to death's door, the real things are clarified. And what are those things? Family and love. No one's going to their deathbed thinking, damn, I should have gone to work just a little more harder for that fucking faceless corporation, for a CEO that never gave me a goddamn fucking thank you card or Christmas card. No, people are thinking, damn, I should have done more with my life. I should have traveled. I should have had more children. I should have made more time for my family, because that's what's important. We're dealing with a very carefully curated social programming developed by people who have studied us and know how we work. And until you start tipping your hat of respect to the fucking enemy, you're never going to defeat them. All right. Well, that's the morning diatribe. It's a little spicy. It's a little snarky. But good Lord, it's early in the morning. I hope you're not drinking cheap coffee. I hope you're finding some local roasters and getting a relationship with small town producers and small town shops. Take care of yourself, backwoods. And yeah, bro, I like you too. I like hearing your words. And yeah, be well. Be well.